On this day, May 17, 1900, the first copies of the children's novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum were printed. Lyman Frank Baum, May 15, 1856 to May 6, 1919, was an American author best known for his children's fantasy books, particularly The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, part of a series. In addition to the 14 Oz books, Baum penned 41 other novels, 83 short stories, over 200 poems, and at least 42 scripts. He made numerous attempts to bring his works to the stage and screen. The 1939 adaptation of the first Oz book became a landmark of 20th century cinema. Born and raised in Chittenango, New York, Baum moved west after an unsuccessful stint as a theater producer and playwright. He and his wife opened a store in South Dakota, and he edited and published a newspaper. They then moved to Chicago, where he worked as a newspaper reporter and published children's literature, coming out with the first Oz book in 1900. While continuing his writing, among his final projects, he sought to establish a film studio in Los Angeles, California. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is a 1900 children's novel written by author L. Frank Baum and illustrated by W. W. Denslow. It is the first novel in the Oz series of books. A Kansas farm girl named Dorothy ends up in the magical land of Oz after she and her pet dog Toto are swept away from their home by a cyclone. Upon her arrival in the magical world of Oz, she learns she cannot return home until she has destroyed the Wicked Witch of the West. The book was first published in the United States in May 1900 by the George M. Hill Company. In January 1901, the publishing company completed printing the first edition, a total of 10,000 copies, which quickly sold out. It had sold 3 million copies by the time it entered the public domain in 1956. It was often reprinted under the title The Wizard of Oz, which is the title of the successful 1902 Broadway musical adaptation, as well as the 1939 live-action film starring Judy Garland. The groundbreaking success of both the original 1900 novel and the 1902 musical prompted Baum to write 13 additional Oz books, which serve as official sequels to the first story. Over a century later, the book is one of the best-known stories in American literature, and the Library of Congress has declared the work to be America's greatest and best-loved homegrown fairy tale. Wikipedia on this day, May 17, 1900. Licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike 4 International License. Links are in the description.